Home builders, the U.S. Department of Energy, and the EPA agree. Encapsulating your crawl space is a great way to reduce energy costs, increase air quality, and eliminate moisture-related damage to your home. But how do you seal a tight crawl space? In this video, we'll show you how to encapsulate the tightest of crawl spaces. We'll cover tools, materials, and safety, with great tips on getting the job done. Here's a crawl space with very limited access, as little as 12 inches under many parts of the house. You can't sit up or turn around, even moving a few feet is tough. The first step? Do as much work as you can upstairs.
This is tight.
Measuring, cutting, applying adhesive tape. Do as much as you can upstairs for a faster install. But first, let's get prepared. With any home improvement project, safety should be your first concern. To work on your crawl space, you should be in good enough shape to maneuver through a tight space, a space that may be cold or hot. If you're not sure, check with your doctor. Before you begin, check your crawl space for loose or exposed wires. If you see a problem you can't handle, call an electrician. Address any areas of standing water and have any structural issues repaired. Clean out any debris that may be in your way. If you can't remove it, you can always bury it. You'll want tough clothes with long sleeves, work gloves, safety glasses, and a dust mask. You'll need power for lights and a drill. It's also a very good idea to use a GFI adapter, a ground fault circuit interrupt, which adds extra protection from shocks in a damp area. You'll want a sturdy tool bag to keep your tools organized. You'll be moving around a lot, and using a bag keeps it streamlined. Choose a bag that can hold these items: a flashlight, a tape measure, a scrub brush for cleaning concrete perimeters and piers, a dust brush for cleanup, scissors and a utility knife, a hammer drill, and a 1/4 inch masonry bit. Buying or renting a cordless hammer drill will make this job a lot easier. A rubber mallet for setting foundation pins, foundation tape, white seam tape, and foundation pins. It's a good idea to take some wire staples and a hammer. Cleaning up wiring can make the job easier as you go. A bead of construction adhesive is extra insurance where vapor barrier is fastened to concrete. So I bring a caulk gun and tubes of adhesive. Remember to pack a long nail to puncture and seal the tubes. Encapsulating your crawl space usually requires these steps: covering the perimeter beam, covering piers, laying the ground cover, and taping all the seams. First, cut the section of vapor barrier that will cover a portion of the perimeter beam. Measure and cut enough material to cover all but 3 inches of the beam, with plenty of overlap on the ground. At least 12 inches makes the job easier and ensures a good seal. Next, apply the foundation tape in sections. This will make it easier to peel the backing off in the crawl space. And to make things even easier, start a small corner of the backing tape with a utility knife. This will keep you from getting black epoxy under your nails, and it's one more step you can do upstairs. Fold and roll the piece of material, but do so in a way that makes it easy to unroll against the perimeter beam with minimal movement on your part. Label the rolled pieces for easy reference down below. Packing them in a plastic grocery bag will keep them organized. In the crawl space, brush the concrete aggressively. Tape and glue won't stick to dust. Unroll the material and check it for position and fit. If you're using construction adhesive, apply a bead to the concrete. And don't forget to seal your adhesive. Remove some backing tape and get one corner in place. Then stretch the material to keep it level and peel the rest of the backing section by section, applying the material as you go. Use the back of your utility knife to really burnish the adhesives into the irregularities of the concrete. Now, drill holes for the foundation pins and pound the pins in place. Sweep away the dust from the drilling. This ensures a good seal when you tape the seams. Measure your piers and cut a section of vapor barrier. Make it long enough to cover all 4 sides, with extra overlap on each end, and enough material to cover the ground around the pier. Cut a slit for each corner of the pier going up to the ground line. Apply foundation tape and wrap the vapor barrier around the pier. In a tight crawl space, you may want to lay the vapor barrier in sections, pier by pier. In this case, I'll cut enough material to fit a corner and cross 2 piers. Roll and fold the material so that you can unroll it with the least work. Here we'll unroll it along the perimeter. Then we'll tape that seam to hold the material in place and unroll it outwards, taping the other seams as we go. Use extra care taping around the piers. Make sure there are no holes in the corners. Air infiltration, leaks allowing cold air under your house, can make insulating your perimeter pointless, and joist bays can allow a lot of cold air in. Measure the height of your joist bays and cut sheets of foam insulation to fit. It doesn't need to be perfect, a friction fit is fine. Joists are never perfectly spaced. Measure each bay by placing a strip of foam against the floor joists. Cut to fit and push the foam into place. Now spray a mist of water around the edges. This allows spray foam to cure and helps it adhere through the dust and dirt. Finally, add a bead of foaming caulk all around the edges. Now your joist bays are sealed tight, yet there's plenty of room for termite inspections.